praying that everyone is staying healthy and investing wisely. And you all, I have some good, wonderful, and incredible, exciting news. So, I get to see my baby brother for the first time in many years. Unfortunately, my baby brother went through a lot of traumatization when we were little. And we did not have parents because we were severely abused. And eventually, my brothers went to the children's home, and I went from place to place to place, and then was eventually on the missing flyers, and there was a lot of severe things that happened. Thankfully, I am alive through all of those things, but Michael did something that a lot of children that went through trauma has not done. And let this be an inspiration, trauma children, that you can and you will, if you set your mind to it, accomplish your goals. One of those things is college. My baby brother accomplished college. I'm so proud currently. And with trauma children that do not have parents, what you all have to understand is that when we ever go through anything, we don't have anybody to turn to unless we have good neighbors and good friends that would support. But is that more difficult than people that have family that they can rely on? Well, I mean, I've seen people with their families that go head over heels for them. So I would say yes, it's a lot more difficult. But I will say that my baby brother can be an inspiration for a lot of people that go through trauma to accomplish college. I'm so proud of him. And guess what? I made his own welding business. That's correct. I made an entire business, made the logo, designed the logo, everything. It's called Michael's Customs. You all can check that out in the link in the description below, as well as the comment below. I'm so proud that he graduated college, not only once, but twice. He accomplished small equipment welding, as well as large equipment welding. So that is super exciting. But, good news. Specifically for my baby brother's birthday, I pulled out a loan to be able to get his birthday presents and to get all of this together. This is so important for me because my baby brother suffered through very, very severe things that I do not think that you even want to hear. It is very, very severe. But my baby brother and my brothers all overcame, and I have two brothers, and then I'm the only sister biologically. But we are all brethren and sister in life. But my baby brother now has grown a lot. But I'm used to him before he was in the children's home, and when we was living together. And he's super small. And now look at him. That's my baby brother and his wife Shelby. And this is Brother Brandon and his wife Lauren. And I became an aunt with baby Parker. Another thing I got him was something of a different kind of product that you can create. Speaking of mold proof, as wood is not mold proof, but there is something that is mold proof that is a different kind of material. And that is called ceramic. And so, getting this incredible special gift, I know he's going to love it. But see, I do not get just any gift. I get gifts that will further their career. And that is the thing. A parenting figure, I am his mother figure currently, because he does not have a mother figure in his life. So I want to help him further his career. But as a parenting figure, I only want to get things that can help him in his future. And I encourage all parental figures, when you give gifts to the children, not to have them waste their life away, and to focus them on a better career for the future.
The next gift is for his wife, Shelby, because she actually had a birthday as well. So I thought of her. And this here is something really special because I am going to offer her to make her own business. I will make her own business for her. I'll create and design the website, everything, and I'll make the logo. I'll design everything, and I will just give it to them because they are my siblings, but like my children. So I got her something that is scientific as well as with jewelry because I want her to have a jewelry business, and I think she'd be really into it. So we'll see how she does with a jewelry business to see if she would do that on the side. Let's see. We'll see how she does. But I believe that this could definitely be a good business for her. Lower birds are very expensive, but it's definitely worth it for a birthday because especially my baby brother that did not celebrate a lot of his birthdays because he went through the children's home and because he did not have parents like that. He went through a stage in his life where he was like, why me? Why was I born with, biologicals that severely abused me and molested me and did things to me? And it was hard for us, I was not the only one molested. My brother's was abused in those ways also. So we all three was abused. And, that's why it's hard for him to answer the question of why me, because it really was not our fault. And with my baby brother, and I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry because I cried before, and I would cry and cry, and people lacked to care. I'm the kind of trauma person. See, my brothers are a different type of trauma than me. I actually went through more trauma than them, but they handled it differently. When they went to the children's home, their trauma practically sort of stopped there. Now, it was continuing to be traumatizing not to have parents like everybody else, but I was on the missing flyers, and I was found across the entire country. There was a lot of severe things that happened to me that you do not even want to know. I've shown you all that I was on the WBIR Channel 10 News, and I've shown you all the post from Twitter from the WBIR Channel 10 News when I was missing. And I've shown you all, I told you all what happened to me with image description and things in one of the episodes. But that raises awareness, but my baby brothers handled their trauma different. Like, both of my brothers are married. As soon as they got out of the children's home, instantly married. You think, why'd that happen so fast? Because some trauma children will cling on as soon as they can. I was not that way. I would push people away. I would push people away because I was scared to get attached. Because I got hurt by so many people, and not in different kinds of ways. I mean, there was different kinds of hurt. I mean, I had near-death experiences kind of thing, and but it was not, like, some people that were like my friends ended up being, bad people that the thing is, this was a long time ago when I was a child. There was a lot of near-death experiences, and I was scared to get attached to people because it takes a while to get to know if the person is good or not sometimes. Like answering the big important question, is the person going to be worthy in a situation that you need the most? Is a person going to be supportive to you? Those kinds of questions are important to ask. And if you cannot answer those questions entirely, you need to question your friendship relationship, familyhood, or whatsoever with the individuals, right? But sometimes you can test to know if they are good. And there's different ways of testing people, right? But that's the thing. When I test a lot of people, they usually fail. Like, usually more than 80% of the time. Not always is it ever simple to find a creature that is worthy. But as far as the situation with, you know, a trauma child, why is his birthday so important to me? And a lot of people will say, why are you spending so much money? You know, this, that, the other. Well, the thing is, my brother went through a lot of trauma, and he deserves to have a good birthday. I am the mother figure in the situation, right? And I have... And fanny packs, you know I always wear mine. So this is my brother Michael's, and this is Shelby's. Hers is really specially designed. I think she likes the color like purple and pink, and my brother loves the color blue. That was his favorite color when he was little, so I'm not sure what his favorite color is now. But this is actually an insulated fanny pack, so you could use this as a cooler. Whoa. Okay, let's get started on decorating. Also, had to get a first aid kit. That goes into the fanny pack. And hygienics like a toothbrush. Okay, time to turn this into a decorative room. Wanting to show you all something about decorating. You think those balloons up there are helium balloons? That is incorrect. And you say, then how are they up there? With tape adhesive, you can make balloons look like helium balloons by getting a piece of adhesive, wrapping that around to where the sticky part is on the outside, and take a look at this. I'm going to put this up here. And watch the magic happen. Was actually eating the orange balloon. Aren't you so excited for this? Excellent. What we do is tie it out afterwards. Pull our fingers out, and now we have the balloon blown up. And voila! Now the balloon is up. Now this looks a lot better. But there's something missing. Why do the balloons look so blank? I wonder if there was a way to change that. This is the second spot for the professional photo that we're going to be taking once they get here. Okay, but the balloons are pretty blank. Let's change that with writing on the balloons. We'll say, you are a miracle. This balloon will say, I love you. Going over the things written on the balloons currently. This one says, "You are a miracle." This one says, "I love you." This one says, "You deserve happiness." This one says, "May you be blessed." This one says, "Happy birthday, Michael." This one says, "Honor potential." This one says, "I love to be proud." This one here says, "Love yourself." This one says, "You deserve happiness." This purple balloon says, "Grad student, so proud." This one here says, "Cultivate good, cast away the bad." This one says, "Believe and achieve." This one here says, "Never give up." This green one here says, "Have order, management, and structure." This one says, "Big sister loves you." This balloon is upside down because the bird, the bird is going to the restroom, and then this says, "Turn that frown upside down." So even when you're going through cruddy times, you can make it through that. Excellent. This one says, "Prove yourself worthy." This one says, "Humble yourself and focus." Very good. This one says, "Be creative." This one says, "Overcome the trauma and become stronger than ever before." This one here says, "Have order." This one says, "Do not desire sin." This one says, "Humble yourself." And then the ones up here says, "May you be blessed, love yourself, honor potential." Cultivate good, remove bad, never give up, and missed you. Excellent. Now the decorations look a lot better, Brave Warriors. And this is going to be such an incredible photo here. Definitely going to enjoy this. So my baby brother is going to be sitting here, while Shelby and I are going to be on the edge. Very good. So excited, you all. Now it is time to wrap these presents with this marble wrapping paper. Okay, one thing that we really do not want to skip is these incredible fanny packs with what is in here. So this is my baby brother Michael's fanny pack, while this is Shelby's fanny pack. So the toothbrush and toothpaste is majorly important. Also some smelly good spray. And first aid, meaning Band-Aids, just in case. Then some hand sanitizer and some lip ointment. Very good. Those are very important things to have when traveling, especially. Is a very, very, very important gift, okay? And that gift would be notebooks. Well, yes, but there's another book. And you'd say, what is this? This is a guide to becoming a Marine. I want my brother to join the military, and I'm going to tell him, just 4-year contract. 4-year contract, just 4 years of your life. And you would be serving this country. And my brother has what it takes. He does. And now that there is decorations, got the presents wrapped. Certainly would look good with a tablecloth. And wow, this looks a lot better. Excellent. And what would be a birthday without a piñata, you all? Praying that everyone is staying healthy and investing wisely. You all, I am very nervous about seeing my baby brother for the first time in many years. And currently, the food plan is, it's like potato soup a little bit. And that is already prepared. And now preparing the watermelon for after the meal. And you all, I'm super excited to see them. It's just, it's such a nerve-wracking thing, you know, to feel the pressure of being a big sister. Had told the neighbors, if you are a big sibling, you must understand that you have to be very responsible. And a lot of people do not take that seriously, to be a big sibling, but you got to understand the importance of experience, the importance of honoring, and a part of honoring is being responsible, not being arrogant, not being selfish, because Scripture even says, "Let us live not in selfish vain, yet humbly to honor one another." And that's actually one of my favorite scriptures that there is. One of the. But see, the thing is, I truly agree with that. 100%. And when it comes to selfishness, I think that I've seen a lot of that in this world. You know, people that could care less about people's experience, and you just cannot live like that. Why would Scripture say, let us to live not in selfish vain? Because that's not our purpose. It's not our purpose to close out from the world and to be selfish. In order to honor the heavens and to honor life, you must honor one another. So I'm very excited to see my baby brother. I must honor the role of a big sister, but I'm also the mother figure and the grandma figure all in one, because he currently does not have that in his life. So I got to be the everything figure. So look at the educational songs as well. The reality songs are something that could be very, very life-saving. But the educational songs is something that could, you know, stick with you for the rest of your life. I know biology changed my life entirely, making biology songs. And also giving free product with the song as well. Practically online manufacturing. Because I designed these puzzles to where you can print them out, and it's a puzzle design. Now, if I was a selfish person, I would have charged money for that. I would have made a Shopify store, and I would have said at least $50 to $100 per puzzle. But I said no. There's children out there and adults out there that need opportunities of education that do not have it. And there was times that I had to choose either to buy an educational thing to help me learn, or the food on the table, and that's not something anybody should ever have to do. So I try to honor
the responsibility of our purpose. You know, our purpose is to put, I plan, I'm going to be like, okay, first we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, and I have everything planned out, and then next thing you know, it does not go exactly that way. Mm-hmm. All the way from Tennessee. Well, my baby brother, he does welding, so he goes all around the country doing welding, which is absolutely incredible. You know, without the welders of this world, we would not have a lot of products. But I've prayed that he would go to the military and weld military aircrafts or something. The evolution of the mind, the evolution of humanity, the evolution of the tree of life. Now, you know, had seen a vine and thought of the scripture, I am the vine and you are the branches. But here's the thing, vines do not have branches. Vines have vines. And then the stems of the vine. Right? But the tree of life has branches, which I think is interesting because the vine is a separate species of the branches of the tree of life. How interesting is that? Because if you know your plant, you know that vines have stems but not branches. But the tree of life has branches. You know, a lot of people say that evolution is not God, but I mean, if you look at this like a computer simulation, which is what I look at this like, then God makes sense. Because how could you have a program without a creature who put the space-time fabric there in the beginning of time? Which is the format of the simulation. So, does God make sense? Even in evolution and everything else? Absolutely, especially when time velocity can be controlled. But do not say that you cannot believe in evolution if you believe in God, because you can. And it's like that saying, I am the vine and you are the branches. Well, vines do not have branches. Vines have vine stems, but the tree of life has branches. And that means that God is not the same as the tree of life, but yet finds his way to interweave to the tree of life. And that is much like that. With the watermelon that was cut earlier, had gotten the seeded watermelon, and when my baby brother is here, going to teach him how to grow a garden. But first, having to clear the area to be able to do that. This looks like a very good spot to teach about the importance of growing a garden and how to grow a garden. So this area is actually along the pathway back to the creek, but this area here is perfect for a beautiful little garden and going to grow watermelon all throughout here and prepare the soil as well, and you all will see that. Let's get started. Now that the area is cleared for the new garden that will be planted,
when my baby brother gets here. Now it is time to prepare the rows. Now, when planting, you want to make sure to plant rows rather than planting in irrational ways. Now, you can put one of those little fence pieces up. This here is very good soil, so that should be able to sustain everything. Yet, there is something I got a long time ago that I think could come in handy. This here in the bag is fertilized soil fertilizer, and so that is going to be put on last after putting the seeds into the rows. Like 3 seeds per pod there. And you always want to make sure that the rows are spaced out from each other, not too close and not too far away either. And so this is approximate distance. And now just continue to get this ready and teach about the importance of gardening and planting, on how that helps with photosynthesis, oxygen in the air, as well as providing for the people and the community. If you all did not know that I have wanted to do a farmer's market for a long time, yet I do not have enough finances to get a water well dug here, which is why that has been pushed off. Yet, as you all remember, in 2020, the start of 2022, you all remember me talking about the Cygnus Industries Farmers Market, and it's very difficult to think about, you know, how that has not been accomplished yet after all of these years, but yet finances are really difficult. I have applied for grants and large loans, and I've even applied for Farmers Business Network, and I've tried a lot of things, but unfortunately the denials are what ruins opportunities. Bless us. But I do pray that I can start a farmer's market here, and if you all would like to support me in any kind of way, you can go to my GoFundMe. I do have my own nonprofit organization, the Cygnus Industry, and I make educational puzzles. I give the puzzle products for free because I want to help people with education. So that's a part of the nonprofit, as well as giving educational songs and puzzles for free, as well as in the future wanting to manufacture the books for the blind, help robotics become more involved, as well as have a farmer's market and an animal sanctuary. As you all know, the animal sanctuary is already established, yet the other things are not established yet due to a lack of finance. But if you all want to help with that, you can donate to the GoFundMe, and I would appreciate any supporters. By the way, there is a supporters page on the Cygnus Industry, so if you do support, I would definitely include you. When shoveling rows for a garden, you want to make sure to shovel one side like this. Just go like this all the way through. Okay? And then go on the other side, and then what that is going to do is it's going to get up just that row at a time. Excellent. Now, when it comes to planting, always sing to the plants, and you all are going to see the plant growing song in the next episodes, and you all remember that like years ago when planting watermelons before. And oh my heavens, you could just see me growing on these episodes. And I am evolving, and I continue. And you all grow with me. That is a part of the fun of this. Well, if you listen, that is. Praying that everyone is staying healthy and investing wisely. Going to talk about art for a moment. When you do art, it is always important to start with a base outline, especially when it comes to faces and facial details. You want to calculate the measurements correctly. In the example, what kind of face does the person have? An oval face, a rectangular face, a square face, or the eyes. What kinds of eyes do they have? What kinds of nose do they have? A bouncy nose? Do they have a straight nose? Do they have a pointy nose? Do they have a curved nose? Do they have small lips? What is the distance between the lips? What is the size of the ears? And all of those questions are very important to ask when doing art so that you can approximate the details correctly. And after doing the outline, then you do the shade of lighting. But just for advice, when it comes to art, life is like an art. And we must learn to paint this canvas with precise calculations. So always make sure to appreciate and acknowledge the importance of approximate calculations. Stay healthy and invest wisely, you all.
My baby brother is about to get here, literally just a few minutes away. Okay, I'm planning to have a really amazing dinner. It's going to be potato soup, kind of has like beetroot in there and collagen mixed, so with a pinch of Himalayan salt. It's not like the fanciest meal, but it is a really good healthy meal. And just so excited for the presents to be opened, you all. That is really going to excite me a lot. So I'm super excited for this, you all. Just waiting for my baby brother is about to get here, literally just a few minutes away. Okay, I'm planning to have a really amazing dinner. It's going to be potato soup, kind of has like beetroot in there and collagen mixed, so with a pinch of Himalayan salt. It's not like the fanciest meal, but it is a really good healthy meal. And just so excited for the presents to be opened, you all. That is really going to excite me a lot. So I'm super excited for this, you all. Just waiting for... You all, I should have thought that this bumpy road was going to be too much for them. I currently have to walk all the way out here. They tried to park the car before the pond. It's like there's a big spot of water at the curve of the road, but I have to tell them to park at the end of the road. There they are. That's them. Wow. First time I see my brother in many years. Y'all finally seeing my baby brother for the first time in a very long time. And he's growing. Look at him. I'm so proud he graduated college. And we was talking about his large equipment welding earlier. And he has lots of knowledge of things that he would not have had without his college experience. So encouraging you all, my baby brother is an inspiration to people. Regardless of your trauma, you can graduate college. And Michael, tell the people what it is like to graduate college. If you've went through trauma, okay, think about, Brothers of the Children's Home. If somebody was watching that's went through things, you tell them why it is better to go to college.
Just knowledge, really.
Knowledge. You'd have more knowledge and understanding.
So you could do it on your own one day.
Yes, you want to do it on your own, because if you do not go to college, you're not going to have the knowledge, and you're not going to have the opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you did not go to college he went to college for small equipment welding, but then he was going to go to college for large equipment welding, but then what happened? But if you did not go for large equipment welding, would you have been able to weld with large equipment?
Yes.
But not the same way.
I mean, it's welding, so
Not,
if you're welding something, you're just welding.
yeah.
You could go large, small, medium, it doesn't matter at that point. As long as you know how to weld, you could do everything else.
But it's not the same without the college experience, right?
Because they do hands-on, because they teach you how to actually weld.
Right. They teach you how to weld, they give you classes, and they give you the tutorial. And that also betters your experience and betters your learning experience as well.
They
So
give you
encouraging
projects to do as well.
Yes, encouraging everyone to
to go to college regardless of what you went through. My brother has went through a lot of traumatization. You know, we did not have parents, went through a children's home, academies, and he's went through a lot, you know, but regardless of what he has went through, he graduated college. So proud, and he's getting big. Look at him. Oh my. Shelby, she's healthy. She's healthy. I'm not sure what's going on with you, Mikey.
Just me.
Shelby's looking healthy, but she gained some weight. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna do a tour of the property. You all said, would you rather eat first or tour the property? Which one?
Tour.
Go tour.
Tour. All right. Touring the property. Let's go. I have an episode on how to build. I actually just built this just before you all had came. And see that rack there?
Yeah.
Do you know why that rack is there? Well, because fire needs oxygen in order to be able to fuel. So that's why the rack is there, is to allow the oxygen to come in. Are you all going to stay at nighttime? Are you going to spend the night?
We're visiting.
No? Okay, how many hours?
How many hours? 1, 2?
That's up to you then.
Probably 1.
One? You said 1 or 2. You're going to pick the last?
No.
I
got an hour drive back. So.
Yeah.
That
And
he's running off of 4 hours of sleep.
Wow. Yeah. I asked him, I said, did you all get rest? Very well. And he said, 3 hours. I said, my goodness, that's not enough. I actually slept about 3 hours or so, and then I passed out for 30 minutes, but then I woke up after that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tour the property first. We'd look at the campfire. I was going to tell some campfire stories. Unfortunately, they're not going to stay around. Now, coming over here, this is something that was just prepared today, and this is super exciting. This here is the garden, yes, but there's no seeds in it yet. That's where you all come into the image, because guess what? We're having watermelon.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So whenever you all get the seeds from your watermelons, we're going to plant that.
Okay.
But when you plant, you always plant in rows.
Yeah.
So that's why that's planted in rows. And we'll get back to that later on. Come on. Not done as of yet. Property goes all the way back. So had cleared this trail. This was cleared by a woman's hand.
Okay.
Yes. This woman's hand. And yes, including bigger logs like that one.
Oh, wow.
But as a woman, do not ever doubt yourself. You know, us women can get things done.
Yes.
I got the blue theme on today, representing the spirit and energy. I'm very proud of you all. You know, you're furthering your career and doing your best in life. Now this is the path that was just lawn trimmed as well, so you don't have to worry about bugs or anything.
Yeah.
Just do not go off of the trail. But there is some rocks. You'll see these rocks here.
Yeah.
They're sort of like concrete, but think about having your own property.
Yeah.
You know, you all would be able to make trails and all kinds of cool things.
I know it.
And even if you are on travel, here's the thing about owning your own property. Even if you're on travel, with owner's financing, you pay like a few payments a month. Like any example, you could pay $100 a month or $200 a month. You put a down payment down, and you just pay that every single month. Now, when you do that, you're owning that property.
Yep.
You're owning it. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be temporary. So that means after you all are done traveling, you'll have something that is yours. You know, so it's not just gonna be you're going from one place to the other. But also that's good for emergencies if you all need to, like, you know, have somewhere to go to. But if you all need somewhere to go to, you can always come here. Now the pathway starts getting a little slim over here, but then when we curve off this curve, it's going to get a little wider. Now this is not done yet. What do you think, Michael?
Decent.
Decent? I've worked hard to make this like this. Yes, this is my home.
Okay, that's why.
Well,
You get a
no.
bulldozer, you
If
can
you-
take all these trees
And
down.
also, some properties have access to electricity and water, while some do not. So, not all properties have access. And watch out for stubs. This was cleared by hand, you all. Excellent. Very good. Yeah, you all like the mountains?
Yeah.
All right. Seen photos of you all in the mountains before.
Oh, yeah.
Those were actually, I think you were at Mr. Wilson's house. Michael, was you at Mr. Wilson's house?
I guess so.
Yeah, Mr. Wilson, he's a farmer. He's our great grandpa. And he was a farmer. He had a huge property. Did you know that Mr. Wilson's brother Harold and Harry went to war?
Yeah.
One was in World War II it was. And then the other was in
Iraq or
nope,
Iraq.
starts with a K.
Vietnam.
The Korean War. And guess what took him out? A sniper. He was going to reload ammo, and then a sniper took him out. But he honored this country. But Mr. Wilson, he was a strong individual. Look at all the rocks, you all. Big rocks. Excellent. So this is the trail, and there's a beautiful surprise that I had when I first got here, a long time ago, years ago. Watch yourself, you all. But when I seen this, I was so happy. When I seen this, I thought, yes, this is the beautiful creek. Look, a frog. That is a beautiful frog.
Oh, look, a frog.
Have you ever
Step
seen?
on it.
But there's all kinds of frogs of all kinds of different species. Excellent. I'm wanting to take a photo. All right. Excellent. And this is at the creek here. What do you all think about the creek?
I love it.
My goodness, you're tall. I didn't see how tall you are.
Me?
Yeah.
You
got a-
three.
You got a
Yeah. Where'd you get that? When did you get that?
Does Michael have a matching one? No.
This one matches
That
my
must have hurt. My
No, it
goodness.
didn't.
Well, this is the creek. I come here to the creek whenever I need my peace of mind. But look at that beautiful creek. Yeah, this is home here to me. I love coming out here and going to the woods. If you remember, Mikey, Pennsylvania, I know you did not stay there long because you went to Mrs. Jean's, but we'd go in the backyard, and there was a bunch of woods back there. You remember?
Yeah.
Remember during the winter time when you had a Captain America shield that you used as a sledge, as a sled?
I act like I broke my foot.
Watch your foot. There we go. All right. Getting some exercise here. Yeah, talking about if I want to get some exercise, I'll just go through this trail a couple of times. Excellent. How are y'all feeling?
Good.
Are you sweating?
It's hot.
That's a good thing about getting exercise. I have an animal sanctuary every single day. They are attended to. This is the rescue cage. I keep this out here because I want them to get used to it. I want them to get comfortable with it. So that every time they come here, they'll see that, and then when I lay it down, they'll be continuing to be comfortable with that. Do you know how to operate a wood stove?
A wood stove?
Yeah.
A lot of wood.
You just put the wood in there.
Okay. So I want you to try this.
Gotta have lighter.
Okay. Well, here, we'll do it. First,
You got a lighter?
yeah, in my fanny pack at all times. I have all kinds of things in here. It's like digging in the jungle. Okay, so first, well, I had a lighter in here. Yes. Here we go. Okay, now kneel down. Well, kneel down. Look what's in there. First, what do you got to do when you look at a wood stove? Kneel down. So you'll see. You check to see if the chimney is open. So reach your hand in there. Reach your hand in there and feel.
That's definitely open.
How do you know?
I know. Just know.
Well, come on, we're going to do this.
You got it.
I want you to do it because this is a learning experience for you. Okay, now reach your hand in there and make sure that the damper is open, like in the chimney. Do you feel it? Is it open to where the oxygen can go up? Is it like this? Is it sideways like this? Because do not close it, but open it. Is it open? That's called a damper. So
yeah,
it is.
So.
It is open.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
It's
feel.
all rusty though.
Yeah. You want to make sure it's open to where that can go in. Okay, now, grass is a fire starter. So when you start a wood stove, you always have to have a what? A fire starter.
Mm-hmm.
So put that grass in there. Excellent. Very good. Okay, now, you see these little tiny sticks?
Mm-hmm.
You start with the small sticks, and then you go to the bigger logs. Now break that in half. Break it in half with your foot. Okay, or your hands. Oh, wow, strong. My goodness. Okay. Now put that in there. Put that in the wood stove. There we go. Okay, now I want you to light this. Nope, not the stick, the grass.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the goal. Push that in there. Wait, push it in there. Push the sticks in there. You don't want it to where it would fall out. There we go. Okay. All right. Now start the fire with the fire starter. There we go. The grass. Now move your hand away from that. A little bit in there. Put it in there. Put to where the grass would get all did go out. No, the stick's not going to light. You know why?
So it is too thick, you have to use the hay.
High five. Yes. Shelby got that correct. You have to use the hay because it's thinner. And thus, fire. Get it? There we go. Okay, now put some more grass in there. Throw some grass. Make sure it's not green. Do not put green grass in there. There we go. That's the light. Put it in there. All right. There we go. Okay, now close it. There we go. You'll wash your hands once you get inside. Now look where the smoke's going. We got to keep feeding it. Let me have that. You got to keep feeding it. Put some little sticks in there. Open it up. Look, how are you going to keep it going? Look, the damper. You got to open the damper. That's why it went out. The damper's in the front. Yep. Look at the front, Michael. Look.
Shut the door.
The door.
Mm-hmm.
If you shut the door, how's the oxygen going to breathe? You got to open this damper.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Okay, now we'll close this. Now look, you just started a wood stove. All right. Yeah. Look at this. You could cook anything you want. Now, the bigger logs will go afterwards. So grab this bigger log and put that in there. Very good. All right. Now close that. Now, if you have a wood stove, if you have it inside of the house, you close the top one, leave the bottom open. You know why? Because it'll come out of the top. But if you have it open at the bottom, the oxygen will go at the bottom and not go out of the top.
Yes.
So now you have learned how to start a wood stove. All right. Very good. Now, that's going to go out on its own. But if you want to cook something on there, let's put some water on there. How about that? And we'll see how long it takes. But if you constantly, well, if you put a pan of water on the wood stove, you can cook water.
Yeah.
Well,
You can cook anything you want.
Oh, of course.
If you boil the water, it spills it.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Yeah, Shelby, she's smart. She just says the answers real calmly.
It's not like I haven't done it my whole life.
You've done wood stoves before? All right.
I did
Yeah.
smokers.
Smokers are eat.
Okay, so now, look, Michael.
I like this one, but they have a, not
The
as tall.
smoke is contained though.
Look, Michael. Take a look. Now, do you want to keep this going and cook something on it?
No.
No, you do not? Okay, well, what do you got to do? You got to...
Close it up.
Okay, do it. But he did this. He did this. Now, you close it all the way. Very good. Now, what do you got to do? You close the dampers. Where's the other damper at? The chimney. No, remember you had felt it, so go on the other side of the chimney. You see that little nozzle there?
Yeah, you turn it.
Twist the nozzle. Yes. There we go. Okay. That's called a damper. High five. Yeah.
It's going through though.
It's going to keep going through, but it's what we're doing is we're suffocating the fire. So we're not giving enough oxygen to the fire.
Going.
Yes. Because fire needs oxygen. I wanted you to have that experience so that whenever you get your own property, you'll know how to do that. You get dead grass, you get leaves and stuff. You put it, but did you see the grill part that was in there?
Mm-hmm.
That you want that grill part. Now you'll smell the wood stove smoke. Come on, let's go inside. But that was a special experience there.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, I think it's because he cannot swing his foot around.
No, I can.
She can get up and slide out so you can slide onto the table. Here, Michael. Here. Shelby, cut it. Now.
Oh, I can't. No.
Put your foot over. Put your foot over. Oh, he listened to you. Look, yeah, that's a special bond. Look, did you see the way he looked at you? My goodness. Yes, that's because he loves you. Okay, we'll say our prayers. Let's hold hands. Bow our heads. God, I thank you for this day. I thank you for this food. I thank you for my wonderful, incredible sister-in-law and my baby brother. And also, I pray that they can see me as a mother figure. I'll try to teach them all that I can. And I also pray that they will have strength, they will have determination, they will have devotion, they will have focusedness in their life. I pray that they will have peace in the chaos. I pray that they will be the peace in the chaos. I pray they will have proper management in life. They will have structure. And no matter what tries to unbreak their structure, that they will always be the stronghold to keep their structure strong. Amen. Very good. And also, pray that you'd be a good inspiration to people to graduate college. Yeah. Excellent. Now, if you want some more salt or anything, let me know. Now, this is mashed potatoes with a pinch of this over here. Now, this is naturally healing. This has beets in here. Now, beets is a natural healing mineral that you can have in your body. And you possibly know because you learn medical things. And collagen peptide is something that helps you with hormones and helps your body to sustain a balance. And if you want salt, I have Himalayan salt. Excellent. I wanted you all to come to church to me with me for me to introduce you to the neighbors. My neighbors. Mm-hmm.
How did you find this place with them?
A classic country land. They are the best real estate. Now, I have a birthday card for both of you, and I want to read this out loud to you all. And this is, Shelby, this one is your birthday card. Now, this is the color and fill in the blank.
Aww.
So, human anatomy, and then this is the universe anatomy, and then this is the cargo ways, and we are ever so thankful for the ways of unitedness. Mm-hmm. Dear Shelby, you are a masterpiece in a development of a process. Please stay in contact with me as I keep you in my prayers. I am excited to see you grow and develop in the future. You would be a great nutritionist. I said that earlier. You should go to college to be a nutritionist to help people medically with teaching. Now, you like teaching and you like medical, which is why that does both.
Yeah.
That both does teaching and helps people medically. And in fact, having somebody change their diet can save their entire life.
Oh, absolutely.
Because did you all see the Travel Emergency? The movie? I had a long movie. It was scary. There was a woman that was in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. She had diabetes, and guess what? Her leg, Michael, listen, this is why you should never gain too much weight. She had to get her leg cut off because of diabetes. You hear?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Never take diabetes lightly, okay? Well, you see, that's why being a nutritionist, I think it does both what you want to do in the future when you all settle. You know, because Mikey, I think he can do very good with his welding business. Now, remember Michael's Custom? You could make business cards, make logos, and literally start your own business. Actually, would you all turn the road? Did you see that sign, that big blue sign over there? The neighbor does like engineering on cars and stuff, and he makes a living on that. Like they literally live on that. There's another neighbor that lives all the way in another town where the horses are. They have their own welding business, and they thrive on that. And that's why one day when you all settle, he can be an entrepreneur, make his own business, and you can be and plus a nutritionist is not as hard on your feet. That's what I'm worried about. You constantly being on your feet. One day you'd be like, oh my, you know. But nutritionist is perfect. You deserve to have a good, happy career, young lady. Do not waste your years and focus on your career. You can send me letters, photos, and messages, and message me on Facebook, Kaylin Cygnus. Happy late birthday and happy holidays from your big sister-in-law, Kaylin, known as Professor Cygnus. That's you, Mrs. Michael. Mikey, do you think I was accurate? No.
I'm just kidding.
What, did not get the beard?
That's alright. It works.
Yeah.
That works.
I know Brandon. That's Brandon Lauren. He got more crinkles on his face. My goodness. He's growing. And I also have a letter on the back of here. I'm going to read that one last. Now, the letter I have for you is a bit emotional because, you know, you really went through a lot. We went through a lot together. And you overcame those battles, you know. And what happened to us was very wrong. Those criminals should have been prosecuted. They should have been in prison, you know, with what they did. And it's sick that they bailed out. It really is. And I pray that justice will prevail and compensation will be given, you know, and just praying for all the children of the world that they will never go through what we did. Now, dear Brother Michael, you have grown like a plant in the garden. Your first sprouting was like a trauma plant trying to grow in the desert. Have you ever seen a plant grow in the desert? You're very resilient. Although of the difficulties in your growth, you sprouted resiliently. You was practically replanted during your growth, like when you went through the children's home, and I think it was better for you to go to the children's home anyway. You was practically replanted in your growth to grow more efficiently, and you would have never met this beautiful individual that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. And I'm glad to have you as a sister-in-law. You have shown great signs of resilience, strength, endurance, adaptation, and more. Your decisions have impacted the path of your life. You may make the best foundational decisions to which can help you learn more self-control, self-contentment, more manners, no cursing, the words, formal behaviors, respect, mindfulness, and more. Now, those are very, very important aspects to have. As a big sister, I apologize for my absence in your life. And I will always keep you in my prayers. You know, when I was on the missing flyers, I remember people telling me that you would cry, asking how I was doing. I know it was hard on you. But I'm thankful that you've grown to the individual that you are. But I apologize for my absence in your growth. And will always keep you in my prayers. To know how I am doing, just look at my YouTube channel. or comment on my recently posted Facebook post, Kaylin Cygnus. And I say Cygnus because that's the dove constellation of the universe. Have not heard from you in a long time, so call me when you can. Prayers. I did not know I'd see you. I was going to send this in the mail. Now that was a surprise to see you. These are your birthday cards here. I do have this one, and then we'll open up presents after. Dear baby brother, you have endured such suffering in your life, yet you fought through the trauma of childhood and shown dominance, strength, endurance, courage, determination, fearlessness, focusedness, humility, worthiness, trust, and so many more features that you and the heavens formed to create the special design of who you are. As your big sister, I can be your mother figure also. I will pray for your strength, your healing, and both of you all. Your strength, your healing, your renewal, and blessings. Always stay in contact, and do not be shy to call me, or message me, or send me a letter at any point. Praying for you all. Happy birthday, and the years ahead. From your big sister. And you see the Captain America? Now, baby Michael, he liked the Captain America.
Aww.
But he liked the Hulk.
Yeah.
That's the congratulations. Now the football is on there as well. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me see it.
That's what most tore up.
Here, throw it just a little bit. There we go. Oh, gonna say touchdown and blue 42, set, hut. All right.
Fumbles.
Fumble. All right. Yeah. Very good. Touchdown. Nice. See, when you do a spiral, you gotta launch that wrist up and then.
Yeah.
You're like
Too small.
Jumped it a little bit.
Oh no. Well, that's football for if you want to play football. And this here is a congratulations for graduating college. I'm so proud that you graduated. You know, that means a lot to me. You graduated. Okay, now let's see what else. Oh, now this one shall be in Mikey. Very good.
Oh, that's...
Yes.
That is
Wow.
yours, of course, because it can't be
I
mine.
thought that would be great for
I
you.
love it. And it's purple. It
Yes.
has purple. Purple's my favorite.
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
thought
so
I thought
cute.
you'd love it because it reminded me of you. When
There's
I
stuff
looked
in
at
here,
you,
just
just
let you know.
those colors are perfect. Now this is no ordinary fanny pack. That's a cooler fanny pack.
It is? So
Yes.
there's like cooling pads
So
inside?
yes, you can actually put like a cooler piece in there. How cool is that?
That is.
Now,
You keep your drinks cold
Now
and
open it.
everything.
Open it. See what's in
Yeah,
there.
those are stuff in it.
It's ironic I needed some Band-Aids.
Now, when you know you travel a lot, correct?
Yes.
When you travel, do you ever go to the store and not have your stuff and then it feels
Still,
terrible?
that's what I used to have.
Spray
Yeah.
it. Spray it.
It smells good.
What does it smell like? Spray it.
Smells
Let me
like,
see.
I
it.
have those. I use.
Spray it on
It
you.
smells like,
You like that one because I buy
well, I
those
used
for
it
my
for a
residence.
special occasion.
Yeah, but I use it on my
Let me
residence all
smell.
the time.
All right. That smells good. Which one did you get?
I think that this one's cotton candy.
Now wrap it around your waist. You gotta adjust it.
Yeah, cotton candy.
Now you adjust it like this. How's it smell?
I love
All
cotton candy.
right. Okay, now you can adjust it to your size. Now let's see what size it is. Here, Mikey will
Oh, I
adjust
gotta
this.
whip this up.
So this piece. Okay, now you wrap this around. I wear my fanny pack to sleep. I'll take that piece off of there. We'll open this up really good. Very good.
You did
Now
it perfectly.
this can adjust to any size. So I'm not sure how that would adjust till you try it on. And then we'll adjust it better. Well, unclip it. Unclip it first.
Unclip it.
And then we clip it around. There we go. Very good. I'll wrap that around. see. It's a different type of art, I presume. Okay.
Oh, it's the crystal art.
Yes, it's a type of art, but this is what I want you to do. Do you like it?
I do. I love it. I used to do this all the time.
Well, here's the thing. Jewelry making is a big business.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, this kind of jewelry is something that intrigues people. Science. Things that people would love.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, you know how I made Michael's business? I could make yours too.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what kind of business you want, but I thought you'd do great. And when it was shaken up, the pieces fell up.
That's okay.
But with a business, owning a business, it's hard to start up, but the consistency is important.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, I can make you a business in jewelry making.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're into that or not, but it's how you can turn your art. See, Michael can do the welding on. See, that's perfect. You can make whatever you want with the metal, and he can weld it together,
Yeah.
and then you make the jewelry from what he welds, and then you sell it and have your own business.
That'd
Now,
be cute.
I can make that business for you at some point. And look, Michael, the Hulk. You like the Hulk? What's your favorite? Okay, now this one is yours, Michael.
That's a cup.
Well, you'll see what
Stop
that is.
guessing and just open
I heard it.
Well, you already got your cup. This is a graduation. Excellent. Oh my, what is that?
Oh, we did that
Well,
in group home.
here's-
pottery wheel.
Here's the thing.
We did that in a group home.
Here's the
You
thing.
carved your own land.
Yes.
Pottery.
You do welding, right? You have your own welding business now. Michael's Customs. Check it out in the description. But when you have your own business, you want to make different types of products, right? You don't want to just make one product. You want to try different things. And so playmaking is something that could actually help you to learn how to create products, right? Excellent. Because say that you was not able to make up something plastic, right? So you could make it out of clay.
There you go.
So those two things will help you further your career in the future. Okay, now pick this one.
This is Shelby.
Oh, actually, go ahead and open that one.
This is Shelby.
Well, you've got to open
Baby,
something.
you have to open it.
That's yours.
I did open that one.
Okay, open it.
Very good. Well, I'll tell you, that actually goes with this. But you have to have it or it's not going to operate. There's the hint.
Battery.
Yes, it's the batteries that go to this. Excellent. Very good. You got to have that. Because, you know, the science of engineering, how the batteries, you have the grounding and the positive. Okay, now the next one, I'm trying to think what that is. Oh, yes. This one's last. I'm not sure what that is. I'm trying to remember. And, oh, my heavens. That's on here. Wait just a moment. There we go. Got it off. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
But open the window on the creature.
Which one you want to open?
Well,
I was going to have you open that
yes,
one
open that one.
next.
This one is last. Now, I have to have a lecture with you on this one.
This is plastic.
Plastic.
Like
Think
milk carton.
so? Okay, milk carton. My goodness. Well, you know I do not drink milk.
I know.
I'm a
but
vegan.
It's
What-
the first
that's what
one.
it- That's what
Okay,
it sounded like.
now look. Do you see? This one co-aligns to the previous gift. You know why? There we go. You'll find out. Okay, what is that? You gotta
The
open it up.
birdhouse.
There we go. And then I'll get the trash and put that over here.
Birdhouse.
It's a birdhouse. Okay. Now, do you see how it's too small for big birds to fit, Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. So, welding business, right?
Mhm.
Metal. And now, you're going to start with clay making. If you make houses bigger than this, that stores do not sell, listen, you're in business if you do that. The reason why that's a winning product. Stores, you go to the store and there's no birdhouses large enough for bigger birds. You make products of a, listen, this would mold. You know why?
Just wood.
Yes, it's wood. And wood molds. But if you have bird houses and squirrel houses even, that's made out of metal and clay here, you got a winning product. Winning product there. But this is just an example. You can study this on how they created this and then make that out of clay. That's what I want you to do. Now, you can make what they request you to do, or you can make something like this to have the experience. Okay, now, and I also have more for you on that. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and give that to you. I have that behind here. Okay. Now this is more, because I did not know how much they included in that. This is more for this. I want you to create specifically your own version of a birdhouse or squirrel house. The squirrel houses are winning products. People pay over $1,000 for some squirrel houses because they don't sell. You cannot buy it at the stores, and you can make your own Shopify store and do it that way. Okay, now there is this one. I don't even remember what that is. You're gonna have to open that. Excellent. Almost. Pull. Sorry. There we go. A brand new sock pack. All right. Well, socks are so important.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when the last time you got some socks. Now this is a very, very important sock, Mikey. This one.
That one.
This is something I really, really, really want you to do. Now, this can help further your career in entrepreneurship, right? Because you all are going to be the greatest entrepreneurs of your time. Yeah. Woohoo. But this is something I want you to do. Okay, you got all the years of your life. I want you to take a few years to do this specific thing. All right. Did you not fly helicopters when you was in the children's home?
I made helicopters, or technically drones.
Yeah, I think Brandon said it. He flew. He got to fly one or something.
Well, he's different. I went to military.
Different. So you went to
RCTCO, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Oh, drawing.
Drawing. Okay. So
Not
you said
drawing.
something military?
Yeah, like building drones,
Building drones. All right. Now that's great to hear.
which was kind of easy, but
Oh, it's easy. Well, I think this was there. It's not going to be. But I think it'd be a real challenge for you. Now that's different. This is a different gift. It's actually at the bottom. Read it out loud.
this one,
Read it out loud.
becoming a Marine.
Ooh. What do you think?
Oh, shoot.
Well, language. What do you
Said,
think?
oh shoot.
What do you think about becoming a Marine?
That was my first option.
Well, I think that you would be a great Marine. I think that.
Of
And listen,
thousands.
you could get, listen, you're 23 years old now. 4-year contract, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. You'd be done by the time you're 27 years old.
If I want to do 4 years.
Yeah, but that's 4 years. That's just simple 4 years, right? Simple.
Well, that's 4 years. You could be dead or it could be alive. Cause I'll be a sniper.
Well, here's the thing. You could either, listen, you could either join the Marines or you can join the Army.
I mean, I can join the Marines to weld.
But the Marines, but here's the thing. That's another thing. Yes, actually, you can. Listen, military aircrafts. If you ask the recruiter, and you can talk to the local recruiter station, and you say, I want a career to help the military with welding, and I'll go through the training, whatever it takes, but I want to spend my years wisely and weld for the military. Now, listen, when you have a governmental official job, you'll be living on the base. That's a protected base.
Yeah.
And then you would become a military spouse. Oh,
Yeah.
my. How would you feel with that? Military spouse? Yeah. And you'd be around good people, that take care of each other. And I think that at least that 4-year term, okay, it's not a long time, you'll be done by the time you're 27, and then you can re-enlist. But also, did you know the bonuses that you could get when you join? You could get up to about like maybe $50,000 to $100,000 bonus just joining. You know that? You think you'd have what it takes to be a Marine?
Of course.
Well, if you read this guide here, this guide will tell you about what being a Marine is all about. And faithfully, the Marine, executing each mission with intensity and integrity. Faithfully, courageously, and decisively, Marines execute each mission, leading with honor to win battles in combat, in communities where help is needed the most. Enlist Marines can make up the majority of the Marine Corps and are trained to respond appropriately and conveniently when called upon. With the will to fight, Marines will win. And this is the symbol. I love this. Love the symbol. That's my favorite. I was going to join the Marines. Did you know that? But the military recruiter denied me over the phone at 18, just before I was abandoned and thrown out. But I pray you do what I did not do. But it's not that I could not have done it, because I would have been great. I would have really been great for that. Okay, so what do you think? What do you think about your presents?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Okay, now there is one more thing. All right. Okay, let's clean up a little bit. We'll put your presents over here on the